I'm Jenny Barnett. I'm author of the Dreamtime Mysteries trilogy, and I'd like to talk about Along the Waterways, which is book 2. It's a 7-part book of 330 pages in all. It's pre-European Aboriginal history. I'm going to talk about the pictures because the pictures tell the story. Although there's a lot of reading in the book, the pictures break it up. And people that have read the book say, they enjoy it and they can't put it down, so to speak, which is nice. I love drawing. I'm not saying I'm a professional artist or an accomplished artist, but I enjoy it. So I decided to draw my own covers. This was painting, and you can see it's the same picture as I did. The setting is a tree. Rex Graham is the protagonist. He's a part Aboriginal anthropology student, and his grandmother was full Aboriginal. She was from a fictitious tribe called the Burrans, their totem being the pelican. And when she passed away, her ashes were spread under this tree. She used to take Rex to that tree when he was a little boy and tell him the Dreamtime stories. But unfortunately, he was bullied as a child. And sadly, he blocked out his Dreamtime. But now he's an anthropology student and he's on a personal journey as well. He'd like to know that Dreamtime. So anyway, he's rather lucky because when he goes to the bush and falls asleep under the tree, he envisages his grandmother talking to him. He sees her face in the bark of the tree, and while he's sleeping, the stories come to him. And so I'm going to talk about the dreams, the stories. This is a couple of young Aboriginal boys, both from different tribes. One's from the Burran tribe, and the other one's from the Kingfisher tribe, the Burringa tribe. And Willie One was an adventurer, and he finds himself along the waterways. And he's in a precarious position where Quincy, the Burringa boy, rescues him. So they form a very close, lifelong friendship. And the Burringa, Mulawon was living with this tribe, and they have a big festival. And there's a lot of other tribes join in the festival, and they... He is their Dreamtime Mysteries. What I didn't say about this picture is there's some unusual cave paintings there. They went on walkabout together and they learned a lot of history from the cave paintings. This is a women's secret meeting, women's secret business meeting. And you can see that it's in the Burringa territory. You can see the big kingfisher engraved on the cliff. Below that cliff there's caves where these people inhabit. This is a character from the Dreamtime. The priests mediate with the spirits as they did, and they tell the stories of their ancestors at the festival, the corroborees. Now this is another picture. It's a river that flows past that cliff. And there's an Aboriginal woman there rowing a canoe, and she's escaping from some sort of an adventure that's quite exciting. This is the tribes having their festival, their corroborees. They're telling their stories through dance, movement, and music. Fun. Mulawon, she's holding a fire torch, inside a cave, and he's looking at a picture up there on the wall. I told you he has a fascination with flying, and that appears to be a male, a human with wings. So he's probably kind of interested in copying that. Look at this picture. Maybe he does. There's an out-of-body experience. Quincy nearly dies. And you can see him floating up there in the sky and looking down at his body. We hear about out-of-body experiences. A lot of people claim to have had them. There's Mulawon and Quincy. Both have separate journeys Their lives parallel, but they kind of separate for some years. And they meet where it looks like they're drifting past a monument there. That monument has the profile of an Aboriginal elder, and it's their monument to Barmaid, their Earth Father. And Lapel is their Heavenly Father. You can see his head if you look closer. You can see a human head in the patterns of the sky. And this is a young woman. She's also very adventurous, and she's taking a walk about, and she's seeing an alien ship. It looks like a Chinese junk. There's a picture of a man struggling to pull himself out of some sort of a waterfall pool, and a woman peeking behind a cave behind the waterfall with her dingo. So it's all in the story. You'll see that monument again. It's on the left, and Nepal in the sky. You see kingfishers flying up towards the sky, and it's a memorial service. Maybe there's another constellation being formed. That's the pattern of the dream times. There's a couple they're heading towards that monument. There's going to be some sort of an activity in that area. Maybe it's the same couple that are departing, and they're waving to the people before they return to their homeland. This story does show a couple in a canoe again, and this time they're returning to their homeland. And there's a dingo standing on the beach, but on the bank. You can't probably see him in this dark picture, but two more to go. This is a very powerful part of the story where Quincy sees smoke signals in the distance. There's a lake with a tree beside it. He picks up those signals as a message, and there's an eagle guiding him towards that lakeside. This picture, I might have to go closer. You can see two old warriors sitting under a tree. You can see the face of Grey Nan in the tree. So that's the last picture in the story. I hope you enjoy the book.